The Hindu religious scriptures, called the Puranas, came after the Upanishads and are often rich in mythological stories written with excruciating details. Stories, events, and battles of good versus evil highlight divinity and related characteristics. Usually, the victory of good is promised with rewards in this life or a later one. Instilling and elevating devotion through adoration and admiration is the core intent. Hence, the good always gets rewarded in these stories. Saligrama stones are also based on such stories of war, love, and devotion. Saligrama stones are actually ammonite fossils. They date back hundreds of millions of years. The name itself is believed to be derived from the place where the stones are found, in the country of Nepal. The mythological stories of war, love, and devotion assert and conclude these fossil stones to be an inanimate form of cosmic divinity. In a nutshell, the Saligrama story is that the divine took the name and form of a stone to remain accessible and be in communion with believers. In some parts of India, they celebrate this communion through a wedding between the Saligrama and Tulsi, the basil plant. Therefore, over time, to the traditional Hindu, the fossil became precious and an object of devotion. Through the millions of years since its formation of the fossil, the stone got edged with marks, patterns, and designs. These patterns and designs further elevate the divinity in the eyes of the devotee. Some say there are anywhere between 24 to 90 different patterns, depending on the etching in the stone formation, and then a name is given. The name is usually associated with a deity. So if there's a wheel or a chakra, then it's called a Sudarshana Saligrama. Similarly, you have Krishna Saligrama, you have a Lakshmi Saligrama, and much more. A traditional Hindu handles the stone with extreme care, worthy of the highest forms of worship. The Saligrama stone is given the same, if not a higher status, than the main deity in the puja room by a religious Hindu individual. I have a Saligrama stone in my own home that has been passed on from my grandmother to my mom, and around 15 years ago was given to me. It is in my puja room next to the main deity of Krishna. By the way, if you like to learn or understand more about the puja room, check out the link in the description below. Now, from a spiritual aspect, the Gita does not have any references to the Saligrama. You see, the Gita and the Upanishads take an all-pervading view versus a selective pervading view. Gita does not discriminate and assign an object a higher divinity versus a lower divinity. There is equanimity in Gita. It does not discriminate among the elements of this cosmic universe. The all-pervading divine energy is in every animate, every inanimate being, and the Saligrama is no exception. You may want to check out the video on what is divinity to learn more about the divine. I'm again giving a link to that in the description below. Krishna, the preceptor of the Gita, says in chapter 10, verse 23, I'm the source and in every element. I'm the mountain peak and the highest of the mountains. I'm the water in this universe and the ocean itself. I am in every animate, every inanimate object, and they're all in me and I'm in them. So to conclude, consistent with the Hindu traditions, one could symbolically worship the Saligrama as a representation of the divine. Treat it no different than the main deity in a puja room, and do not think there is something special to be done. Or even worse, don't have the fear that you're doing something wrong. Treat the Saligrama as an object of divinity, the same way you would treat a loved one. Enjoy the journey and thank you.